Hey, I'm Brandi Fullwood, and this is Seattle Eats. It's a podcast about the Seattle food scene and the best things to eat in it. Where do you eat in the Seattle area for a special occasion? And I mean like for a really nice milestone, an anniversary, or a 40th birthday. Honestly, maybe you're just having a moment and you want to splurge on a meal. I'm not judging you. Brady Ishiwata-Williams is the chef and owner of Tomo in White Center, and he's been running, crafting, creating at some of the best special occasion restaurants in the city, including KUOW. So he kind of knows how to pull a special occasion meal together. But what's his go-to spot for a big celebration, and what makes the splurge worth it for him? We're going to find out about Brady's special place, and I think his answer might just give you a new way to revel, whatever the occasion. Let's get into it. Hi, Brady. Thanks for coming in on your day off.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You ran the kitchen at one of Seattle's most iconic special occasion spots, KUOW. What have you learned about what people want from their big night out?
Yeah, I mean, there was a curve coming from New York to a 70-year-old or 60-something years at the time. It took me a while to fully grasp the weight of KUOW as a brand here.
Sure.
And it's like, it is the spot to go to. So yeah, I think that people just want to, be acknowledged and seen that like, hey, this is like an important night to us. And we want them to feel like that their important night is in really good hands and being cared for by people that care about them and care about whatever the occasion may be, whether it's an anniversary or a birthday, or some people go out because they're grieving, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you care for them through hospitality?
And so then someone who does that basically every day, how do you get that for yourself? Like, what does that feel like?
We get that by eating in places that we enjoy and care about, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a fine dining restaurant. It can be just our neighborhood spot, right? I say this a lot. I'm like, people should know the difference between service and hospitality. And like, they could be your mechanic who like knows your car and like is like here to take care of you. A dive bar actually is like oftentimes the best hospitality experience. For me, like returning to places that are familiar and comfortable and feel like home more often than not.
How often do you actually get a night off where you can just be a diner?
I get more nights off than I used to, for sure. I'm not like at the stove every night like we were in the first couple of years. I've eaten more probably in the last 3 months at Tomo than I did in the first 3 years. It's important to eat your own food and to eat in your own restaurant and see what's hitting, see what needs to be tweaked. We're constantly trying to improve. And so the best way to do that is to just put yourself in the guest seat. Yeah.
Well, let's get into that.
Yeah.
When you're actually in the guest seat, what is your go-to spot in Seattle?
I have a few go-to spots, but I would say limited edition sushi.
Limited edition sushi in Capitol Hill. Yeah.
It is an omakase style sushi counter, and they have a couple tables as well. So the menu's set. More recently, they do a menu every season. So, you're really just coming in for like the best of that particular season's fish offerings. They're incredible at their sourcing. And so fish are flown in a couple times a week from Japan. They're not only finding like not obscure, but just limited fish
like
from Japan. Yeah, but they're finding like the best of that product too.
Yeah.
Fish are graded. And so they're finding the best of the best, which is a really unique experience.
Yeah. How long have you been going there?
We opened around the same time. We kind of became like fans first, and now we're like really good friends. I would say I have a 3.5-year-old, and so before having a 3.5-year-old, every other month, man, this is like a standing reservation. But we find ourselves going probably once a season.
Okay.
At this point, it's hard to get a reservation there, so we have to be on it like everyone else and make sure that we are planning in advance.
30 seats a night, right?
Yeah, they do like 8 at the counter, so 2 seatings, and they have 3 or 4 tables. So it is limited, as the name suggests. They know all the rules, and so when you know the rules, you can break them. And so it's not like really steeped in like Edo style like traditional sushi, but it's like new wave in the sense where it doesn't follow like necessarily like the traditional script.
For sure. Edo style sushi is like curing and marinating as opposed to refrigeration, just in case folks have not had that before. I have been to limited edition sushi. It's right across from Cal Anderson, like facing the skate park. So there's this clash of elegance and coolness.
Yeah, the skate park there kind of like sets the tone for, when you get in there, and it's serious sushi, but it's like kind of got more of like a kind of party atmosphere, or like as much as sushi kind of can be a party. But KG was like a DJ in a past life on the underground scene. And so I feel like he treats his menus like a set. He has his like playlist, but then he might deviate and do some things out of order depending on what the vibe is.
Yeah.
KG is like there to have a good time with you, and they have a really awesome beverage pairing, which is kind of rare for sushi spots. They love their champagne, and then they also have like a really awesome like sake flight. They have like dry, sweet, or traditional, and then like new wave, they call it, and basically strongly suggest that you drink and finish it, because like they'll top you off with like a new offering for the next round of fish.
I know that you're friends with Chef KG and Chef Jun, the chefs at LTD. What is it like for you to go to a friend's spot compared to, just like a regular old one?
I mean, it's the feeling of you're a regular, right? Like whether it's like a dive bar or just like your favorite neighborhood spot. It's fun to eat food your friends are cooking, and in the same way when they come in, it's fun to cook for your friends too. And I think that sometimes like in sushi or like chef's counter, it really feels like you're dining in their kitchen, in their home, and it's like you're kind of having a dinner party. Yeah. We just went like last week. Yeah. And he got like this new knife that he had like been waiting for like 2.5 years about. And I just got back from Japan and got a knife from there too, not a custom one. So he and I talked for, I don't even know how long, probably 15 minutes about knives and different knife makers. I knew the guests around us were like intrigued at the conversation that we were having, and so we just try to include them. But it's fun. I like to think that the chef wall is down, and also it just feels very accessible as the guest.
What has been your favorite?
My favorite from there? Yeah. My favorite dishes? They serve the best ankimo, monkfish liver, that I've had in America. Mm-hmm. And like probably one of the best I've had anywhere.
I feel like most people have not had that before.
No, and it's like, when it's bad, it's like, it's really off. But like, theirs is incredible. It's like a pate. It's a foie gras of the sea. It's crisp, it's briny, it's fatty, and the temperature contrast, because it's cold with like the warm rice, it's just like super melt in your mouth. And they serve it this last time they served it towards the end of the meal, and it's just like such a nice way to kind of finish. Mm-hmm. The season is like November till about April or so it's not year round, but it's incredible like every time that they serve it. They do Dungeness crab, like they have a Dungeness crab, couple different variations that they bring back, and that's always great because they're using the best local product and showcasing it in a way that they did this like crab vinegar gelée on top, which like is nothing like something I've never seen before, and I was like, oh man, I want to steal that at some point. But that's always cool to see someone doing something with an ingredient that like you're also cooking with, which is rad. But yeah, I mean, this time of year, like the springtime, all the fish are like typically a little bit smaller and like super subtle, really sweet. So this is like one of my favorite times of year to go eat there.
That's such a nice thing to notice, the sweetness and subtleness of fish in spring. I used to work at a sushi restaurant in high school and part of college. I really loved the craze of summer in a sushi restaurant, though, especially because the chef was big into diving, and that's a much nicer experience when the water is warm and we could all hang out on the beach. I also love that you mentioned being struck by the menu at LTD, honestly, because that's something I get from your restaurant. I've tried to make a lot of things, and I've gotten close, but you're nodding. You're like, you can never beat me.
No. Well, that's good. Well, it's like, I think the thing is we want like food. Oh, go ahead. Keep
No. What were you going to say?
It's like we want things to feel familiar.
Yeah.
But like, we talked about this a lot. I'm like, hey, is this a dish that someone can make at home? Or like we need to elevate it to where it's like, I can't get this at home. Yeah. And I think that's the case, honestly, with like a lot of like Japanese like restaurants too. Sometimes it's like you talk to someone who's Japanese and they're like, oh, that's really good, but my home version of this is better. So we try to put enough of our kind of like spin on things to make it unique and not so much home cooking.
No, I get that. It's not to prove that I can make it at home. It's just I really like up in my skill set. And some of the biggest challenges come from restaurants that I really like. But back to limited edition sushi. Yeah. Aside from the trust you have for Chef Kiji and Chef Jun, how do you figure out the quality of their fish? Like, how do you explain to someone who doesn't have the same chef experience as you?
It's like one of those things where you're like, oh, this is really good, and then you have something that's like 5 notches better. This last time I texted him afterwards, this was like a week or two ago, and I was like, hey, this was like the best menu I've had ever there. And it was just simple touches. For example, it'd be like their fatty tuna, which like fatty tuna is everywhere, right? And there's grades to tuna, but the way that he was like cutting it, I'd never seen before. And it was super thick, which, you know, it's fatty, so it needs to like be kind of warm to like melt in your mouth. When you're cutting it that thick, you're like, oh, is this gonna be chewy? But then he like scored it on that crosshatch like you would squid, and then he split it down the middle so it folded over.
Yeah.
It just created such a unique eating experience because you got so much more tuna than in a single bite than you normally would, which changed like the total like composition of the dish. It's cool to kind of see like that progression and growth. It's like definitely noticeable.
Limited edition sushi is omakase for about $140 or $190. Seems like the kind of place you would go for a special occasion. I feel like they also make it special. Does it feel like a special occasion
for sure.
place?
It's a treat. Yeah, it's a treat. I have like my go-to kind of like everyday, like I call them more like everyday sushi spots, right? Go to like Awaji and get some fish and just like make little trashy bowls at home. But limited edition, it's not a place that like I can eat at every week. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, but it does feel like a special occasion place there, but it doesn't feel like too precious in any way too. And I think that's what like I really appreciate about their spot. And so what we try to do at Tomo is like we can be like an occasion spot, but we could also just be your favorite spot that like you're like, I just want to have a good night out and want to be there and don't have like a particular like milestone or, you know, occasion to celebrate, but we just like want to have a really good hospitality experience.
Yeah, people can find a reason to celebrate.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been there before for Jessica's 40th birthday. Jessica, my partner, she was like 9 months pregnant. We got the whole restaurant for friends because we couldn't travel.
Yeah.
And they had like 4 different types of uni from 4 different parts of Hokkaido. It was like a uni flight. Each one was so uniquely different and different temperatures, and the nori's like super crisp all the time. And that was like one of like the more memorable experiences that we've had there. But yeah, this like last time it was just really good buffalo uni from Hokkaido.
Yeah.
Served ice cold on warm rice, warm seaweed. It's, melt in your mouth. It's like ice cream.
Ooh.
It's worth every penny.
They're protecting kelp forests by serving people uni, and what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
What's the thing about limited edition sushi that makes you go back that you just don't get in other places?
You trust that they're sourcing the best of what's out there, and it's better for them to just tell you, hey, here's what's best. We've done, you know, the research, we have the relationships with the fisher people, the markets in Japan, and we're going to put like the best of what we can get in front of you. It makes it like, you know, just easy to sit back and enjoy yourself. They just continue to evolve and grow, and the experience is unique and special every time. They might always be serving fatty tuna, but it's different this time than the last time, and it's better. And just seeing that continual like progression, it's like we're already looking forward to going back and being like, oh, what are they doing next, right? And no pressure to them. But it just builds anticipation and it builds excitement. It does help that we're friends, and it's a bummer like we're all so busy. It's like we have to hang out at each other's place of work. We just try to find excuses to like latch on to each other's stuff and hang out. But sometimes you just have to go visit the restaurant.
Do you have any tips or hacks for people going as a regular?
Yeah, I mean, I would say they release reservations on the 15th of every month. It's like at noon. So definitely like refresh your browser. Earlier in the week is always going to be easier than the weekend. I always tell people this. I'm like, chefs and restaurants want you back. It's meaningful to us when people like appreciate what we're doing. And we tag some of our best guests with good vibes, which is people that we want to make regulars. And it has nothing to do with spend.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with status. It's our servers are like, they were cool. We enjoyed serving them. We want to like make them feel appreciated the next time they're back here. Limited edition, I think, really functions the same way. We want people to come back.
You know what? I totally knew that we were all being graded at restaurants. I guess I'll have to see my file at Tomo. I'm going to FOIA request mine.
Request your good vibe? I'll pull you up right now. We'll do it right now. I'm going to see. Oh, wait. You have a star. Oh, good vibes and critic. Because it KUOW.
That's
that
new.
what you're not. Yeah, critic.
Yeah,
we'll keep that in there.
Sick. Thanks for telling us about your favorite spot.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Brady Ishiwata-Williams is the chef and owner of Tomo and White Center, and he's kind of a regular at Limited Edition Sushi. Okay, so obviously Brady loves LTD. But he also has a lot of respect for Chef Keiji Sukasaki, the chef and owner of Limited Edition Sushi. So I had to reach out to Chef Keiji and hear what he had to say about Brady. Here's the voice message he sent me.
Whenever Brady comes to LTD, the day becomes like Christmas Day to me. Not only it gives me happiness, but it also makes me think if my restaurant is working out as I envisioned it to be. Because Tomo is a restaurant what restaurant is supposed to be. It's cool and fun, and you get energized wherever you go. That's what I envision my restaurant to be. Thank you, Brady.
Okay, well, thanks for sending this, KG. That is it for today. Seattle Eats is hosted by me, Brandi Fullwood, and you can get in touch with me at seattleeats@kuow.org. If there's something on your mind about the Seattle food scene, like what you want from it, a funny story, a sad story, or your own pitch for where to get sushi or omakase, we have a voicemail box set up for you to call us at 206-543-8510. Leave me a voicemail. I might put it on the show. I would love that. Would you not? Seattle Eats is produced by me and edited by Jim Gates. Seattle Eats is a proud member of the NPR network, and you can find more and support the show at kuow.org/eats. And all of that information is in the description of the show. If you like this show, give us a rating. It really helps. All right, talk soon.